In today's video, I want to talk about one of the hardest jobs on cruise ships. And this is one video that a lot of you have been asking me for. So as I write your CVs, some of you have been asking me, Eva, how is this job? Eva, how is that job? So I decided to do today's video on the hardest job on cruise ships. And guys, I have never worked on a cruise ship, but I have actually been on a cruise in Europe. I boarded from Spain, and then I got off in Greece. It was about 14 days on the cruise, so I'm going to be talking mostly from the point of view of, they call them sailors, client, instead of an employee. And also I'm going to be talking based on information that people on the cruise have already shared with me. So there are many difficult jobs on cruise ships. So obviously picking one is going to be really not so easy, but I'm going to try my best based on the kind of work that this role plays. And this I've discovered mostly because I write your CVs, so I get to look at the job descriptions, and that's where I get an idea of the kind of job that you're going to do. So guys, I'm talking about galley attendant. So basically, as a galley attendant, you work as part of a cleaning team responsible for constantly cleaning and sanitizing specific galley equipment and service locations. So if you're wondering, galley is basically the kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen of the ship. And basically you will be cleaning, including but not limited to pots. You're gonna be cleaning pans, china, glassware, and all other galley equipment. And in terms of the weight of this equipment, the most heavy pot in the main galley is about 30 pounds, and pastry heaviest mixing bowl is between 38 pounds and 71 pounds. So those are like the heaviest stuff you're gonna be cleaning. And then you're also responsible for recycling cooking service equipment before, during, and after service. So you may also be asked to unload and store food deliveries. So average weight is about 50 to 60 pounds. So generally, you must be willing to participate in scheduled deep cleaning in addition to everyday cleaning operations. So guys, why do I say a galley attendant is one of the hardest jobs on a cruise ship? So it's obviously clear that you're going to be doing a lot of cleaning, and you're going to be spending your time in the galley, which is technically the kitchen of the cruise ship. And the reality of the galley steward jobs includes working very long hours. So like almost actually all the jobs on a cruise ship, you're literally working between 8 and 14 hours. But for a galley steward, you're going to be working at least 12 hours every day to about a maximum of 14 hours every day. And you're going to be working for 7 to 8 months at a time. No weekend, no holiday. Like you're working from Monday to Monday, 12 to 14 hours, 7 to 8 months at a time. And then you go for like a break for 6 to 12 weeks, depending on your contract. So the issue issue with working as a galley attendant, like I've said, you're going to be working in the galley, and it's the kitchen, and obviously you're going to be working in some of the worst humid working conditions. It's very, very humid in there. And sometimes I've mentioned about the long working hours. So you can imagine yourself in those conditions, the humidity, the heat. Of course, there's one that I saw. It has the fans and all, but you're competing against the heat from the kitchen, yeah? And then, of course, you're gonna be working under a lot of pressure. You know, the kitchen is the heart of the ship. So there's a lot of cooking going on. There's a lot of cleaning going on. And the other challenge with working as a galley attendant is that it's not very easy to get a promotion, because the company tends to keep galley stewards on that starting position even for 7 to 8 contracts. I know people I know somebody who's on their 6th contract as a galley steward, and because it's only a few people that are physically and mentally prepared to work in this difficult conditions. And especially when you find the giant ship galleys, and it's not easy to find people who will be willing to go and work. So they would rather keep those who are already working there because they have kinda gotten used to it, and they probably you find most of the people who work in the as galley stewards, most, not all, do not have any other qualifications other than their high school certificate. So technically, they may not even be ambitious enough to want to go and apply for other jobs, or they may very easily be overlooked when there are promotions in the company. And again, because it's hard to find many hardworking staff who are also amazing and resilient at the same time, and who will be able to survive those tough working conditions. So for this reason, most cruise ship companies, not all, most of them intentionally delay their promotions, and these people would rarely complain, again, for the reasons I've mentioned. Sometimes they don't have the paperwork to go and work in other better positions. So there are, like I've already mentioned, there are some galleys that are between guest dining rooms. So you kind of can peep and just see how the conditions in there are. So like I've mentioned, the humidity levels are just so high. Like for the ship I was on, I don't know, because it was small, I don't know. But I would say it's one of the worst. And then in terms of pay, they don't pay too much. So you'd be paid, I know there's companies that pay as little as $500 a month for that much work. I think it's a lot of work, yeah. The other job I would compare it with in terms of being the hardest is probably like the cleaners, like those who clean the rooms, because you're literally moving up and down the rooms in the lift. Of course, the one I was on had a lift, and I want to believe most of the ships have lifts. So you're literally just moving up and down the rooms, cleaning up, and like, again, for another maybe 12 to 14 hours like the other jobs. So I guess what I'm saying is, since most people from Africa and Asia tend to steer towards this kind of jobs, I would encourage you to look for other jobs that are also entry level, but kinda less work is required. So yeah, and I've posted about some of these entry level jobs. You can look them up right here on the channel. And if you're working on a cruise ship, let me know in the comment section below. Do you think there's a job that is much harder, I mean, in terms of working conditions and vis-a-vis the pay, than the galley stewards and probably like the cleaning staff? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye.